The first exercise focuses on the lower body, particularly the glutes, quadriceps, and hamstrings, which are central to maintaining functional independence after 60. These muscles are not merely responsible for appearance or isolated strength. They are the primary drivers of movement in everyday life, providing the power needed to rise from a chair, climb stairs, walk with stability, and maintain upright posture. As we age, these muscles are especially vulnerable to sarcopenia, the gradual loss of skeletal muscle that occurs silently over time. The process is subtle. At first standing, may feel slightly more effortful. Stairs may require a conscious push from the arms, but over months and years, the decline can compromise balance, reduce endurance, and even increase the risk of falls. Walking, while beneficial for cardiovascular health, does not adequately challenge these muscles, which are most effectively engaged through targeted, weight-bearing movements that require controlled contraction and extension. Controlled squats or chair to stand. Exercises are simple, yet profoundly effective methods for stimulating these large muscle groups. When a person slowly lowers their body toward a chair, the glutes and hamstrings lengthen under tension, while the quadriceps stabilize the knees, creating a controlled eccentric contraction. This phase is crucial because muscles respond strongly to controlled lengthening under load, signaling the body to maintain and rebuild fibers that might otherwise weaken. As the body rises back to standing, the glutes, hamstrings, and quadriceps contract concentrically, generating force that not only strengthens the muscles, but also improves coordination and timing between the lower back, hips, and legs. This repeated cycle of controlled descent and ascent sends a clear message to the nervous system. These muscles are essential. They are required for movement, and they must remain strong and capable. Beyond muscular growth, engaging the posterior chain in this way provides essential benefits to skeletal health. The hips, knees, and spine experience gentle but meaningful mechanical stress, which stimulates bone remodeling and helps preserve density. Osteoblasts, the cells responsible for building new bone tissue, respond to this stress by reinforcing the skeletal structure, particularly in the femur, pelvis, and vertebrae. This is significant because after 60, women and men alike are at greater risk of bone thinning and fractures, and exercises that load the bones in functional positions are among the most effective ways to mitigate these risks, by activating both muscles and bones simultaneously. Chair squats serve a dual purpose, strengthening the tissue that moves the body while preserving the framework that supports it. Neurological adaptation also plays a central role in the benefits of lower body exercises. As muscles contract and joints move through controlled patterns, proprioceptors in tendons, ligaments, and muscle fibers send continuous feedback to the brain. This feedback refines coordination, improves balance, and retrains the nervous system to recruit muscle fibers more efficiently. Over time, the body moves more smoothly, responds more quickly to changes in terrain, and performs functional tasks like rising, stepping, or bending with confidence and control. Even subtle improvements such as steadier posture or reduced effort when standing reflect the cumulative impact of this neuromuscular training. Finally, there is a psychological component to consistent lower body engagement. Performing controlled squats or chair-to-stand exercises fosters a sense of agency and mastery, reinforcing the understanding that strength is not lost inevitably with age, but can be maintained and even restored. Each repetition affirms the body's capacity for adaptation, resilience, and power. The glutes, quadriceps, and hamstrings, often neglected in daily life, are reminded of their essential role, not just in supporting movement, but in preserving independence, stability, and vitality. Through this simple yet potent exercise, the lower body is awakened, the nervous system recalibrates, and the foundations of mobility, confidence, and strength are renewed in a deeply meaningful way. The second exercise emphasizes the upper body, engaging the arms, shoulders, chest, and upper back muscles that are critical for functional independence but are often underutilized in daily life after 60. Walking, while excellent for cardiovascular endurance and lower body movement, provides minimal stimulation to these regions. Over time, this lack of activation can contribute to weakness, reduced posture support, and diminished capacity for everyday tasks such as lifting groceries, reaching overhead, or carrying objects safely. The loss of strength in these muscles also affects balance, as the upper body plays a vital role in stabilizing the torso during movement. Without intentional engagement, the shoulders may round forward, the spine may lose upright posture, and the arms may become less coordinated, subtly reducing confidence and independence in everyday life. Targeted upper body exercises are therefore essential, not just for strength, but for overall mobility, posture, and functional resilience. Simple, home-friendly exercises such as wall push-ups, resistance band rows, or light dumbbell presses provide an effective stimulus for the upper body muscles. Wall push-ups, for example, activate the chest, shoulders, and triceps while requiring engagement of the core to maintain posture and stability. This controlled movement recruits multiple muscle groups simultaneously, promoting coordination between the torso and upper limbs. Resistance band rows stimulate the muscles of the upper back, particularly the rhomboids and trapezius, which counteract the forward pull of daily sitting and maintain scapular alignment. Each repetition strengthens the muscles and teaches the nervous system to coordinate their activation, improving efficiency in both static and dynamic tasks. Over time, these movements increase strength, reinforce proper posture, and enable smoother, more controlled movement in daily activities. The benefits of upper body strength extend beyond muscle tone. As these exercises engage larger muscle groups, circulation improves, facilitating the delivery of oxygen and nutrients to tissues and supporting metabolic health. Skeletal muscles are metabolically active, and their contraction helps regulate glucose uptake, energy expenditure, and overall metabolic function. This is particularly important after 60, when basal metabolism tends to slow and energy regulation becomes less efficient. By actively engaging the upper body muscles, these exercises help preserve lean mass, support metabolism, and maintain energy levels, creating a systemic effect that reaches far beyond the arms and shoulders themselves. Neurological adaptation is also a critical component of upper body exercise. With consistent, controlled repetition, the brain strengthens the connections to these muscles, improving timing, coordination, and fine motor control. Movements that once required conscious effort become smoother and more efficient, allowing for safer lifting, reaching, and stabilization. The upper body learns to work in harmony with the lower body, reinforcing balance, posture, and fluidity in everyday movement. This neuromuscular engagement is particularly important for fall prevention, as strong and responsive upper body muscles contribute to the ability to regain balance during sudden shifts in position. Finally, the psychological impact of upper body training is profound. Engaging the arms, shoulders, and back with intention fosters confidence, awareness, and a sense of agency over the body. Each controlled repetition is a reminder that strength can be maintained, that movement remains possible, and that functional independence is attainable. Beyond the physical benefits, these exercises cultivate a mindful connection to the body, reinforcing the understanding that the upper body is not just a tool for action, but an essential partner in maintaining balance, posture, and resilience. Through these targeted movements, the upper body becomes strong, coordinated, and capable, supporting a fuller, safer, and more empowered life after 60. The third exercise emphasizes the critical role of the core and trunk in maintaining strength, stability, and functional independence after 60. The core is far more than just the abdominal muscles. It includes the deep stabilizers of the spine, the obliques, the diaphragm, the pelvic floor, and the muscles surrounding the lower back and hips. Together, these structures form a dynamic support system that allows the body to transmit force, maintain balance, and coordinate movement efficiently. As we age, the core often weakens due to sedentary habits, repetitive movements, or compensations from other muscle groups. This weakening is subtle, yet impactful, manifesting as reduced stability, slower reaction times, and an increased risk of falls or injury during daily activities. Walking alone rarely challenges the core in a way that promotes strength or coordination, particularly for rotational stability, lateral control, and anti-extension or anti-flexion resistance, which are essential for maintaining upright posture and protecting the spine. Such as seated or standing rotations, modified planks, or controlled pelvic tilts, stimulate both the superficial and deep stabilizing muscles simultaneously. Each movement requires controlled engagement of multiple muscle layers, activating the spine, hips, and abdominal muscles in coordination. For example, a slow seated twist engages the obliques and spinal stabilizers while requiring the deep core to maintain upright posture and balance. Similarly, a modified plank recruits the transverse abdominis, rectus abdominis, glutes, and shoulder stabilizers. Over time, these repeated movements train the nervous system to recruit muscles more efficiently, improving postural control, balance, and functional strength. This adaptation is especially critical in later decades, as even minor instability can have significant consequences for independence and quality of life. Strengthening the core also has systemic benefits that extend beyond stability. Core muscles provide a foundation for virtually every other movement in the body. From lifting objects to walking, climbing stairs, and reaching overhead, when these muscles are strong, the forces generated by the limbs are transmitted efficiently through the trunk, reducing strain on the spine, hips, and shoulders. This efficiency not only protects joints from injury, but also enhances overall strength, endurance, and energy utilization. The metabolic benefits are equally important. Large engaged muscles increase circulation, stimulate oxygen and nutrient delivery, and maintain lean tissue that supports metabolic regulation. In older adults, maintaining muscle mass in the core is particularly beneficial for preserving energy balance, controlling weight, and supporting cardiovascular and endocrine function. Neurologically, core-focused exercises refine the communication between the brain and the muscles that stabilize the trunk. The body learns to anticipate shifts in weight, coordinate limb movements, and maintain posture, even when external forces or perturbations occur. This anticipatory control is essential for fall prevention and safe movement in unpredictable environments, such as uneven terrain or crowded spaces. Each repetition reinforces these neural pathways, improving both reactive and proactive stability and creating a body that feels controlled, balanced, and confident in its movements. Finally, the mindful engagement required for core exercises fosters a deeper connection between the mind and body. Paying attention to alignment, controlled breathing, precise muscle activation cultivates awareness, concentration, and intentionality in movement. This awareness extends into daily life, influencing posture, walking, lifting, and even simple tasks like reaching or bending. Over time, strengthening the core not only restores physical stability, but also builds a sense of confidence, control, and resilience. It reminds the body that strength is not lost inevitably with age, and that through consistent, deliberate practice, the trunk can remain powerful, responsive, and central to a life of independence, safety, and vitality beyond 60. The fourth exercise emphasizes the importance of balance and stability, which are fundamental components of functional independence and fall prevention after 60. As we age, subtle changes in the nervous system, muscle strength, and sensory perception can gradually undermine equilibrium, often without conscious awareness. Walking alone, though beneficial for cardiovascular health, does little to challenge the body's ability to make rapid adjustments or respond to shifts in position. Balance is not simply about standing upright. It is the dynamic coordination of the entire body, integrating signals from the vestibular system in the inner ear, proprioceptive feedback from muscles and joints, and visual input. When any of these systems are weakened or understimulated, the risk of instability increases, making even simple movements like turning, bending, or stepping onto uneven surfaces more precarious. Targeted balance exercises strengthen the body's ability to respond, refine neuromuscular coordination, and build confidence in movement. Simple home-based movements, such as single-leg stands, lateral weight shifts, or controlled side steps, are particularly effective at challenging balance. Each of these exercises requires the body to stabilize itself in positions that are unfamiliar or less frequently used, activating stabilizing muscles in the hips, core, and ankles. For example, standing on one leg engages the gluteus medius quadriceps and core to maintain alignment, while the small stabilizing muscles in the ankle make continuous micro-adjustments to prevent tipping. This constant interplay of forces sends a steady stream of feedback to the brain, improving the nervous system's ability to anticipate and correct shifts in posture. Over time, this repeated stimulation refines motor control, coordination, and proprioception, making the body more responsive to unexpected perturbations in daily life. Lateral movements and weight-shifting exercises further enhance stability by challenging muscles in planes of motion that walking rarely uses. Most daily activities involve forward and backward motion, leaving lateral stability underdeveloped. By intentionally moving side to side, the hip abductors, adductors, and core muscles are strengthened, improving the body's ability to respond to uneven terrain or sudden lateral shifts. This type of training not only reinforces the muscles themselves, but also strengthens the ligaments and connective tissues around the joints, supporting long-term joint health and functional mobility. The repetition of controlled lateral movement helps the nervous system coordinate these muscles efficiently, creating smoother, more confident movement in real-life situations. From stepping off a curb to navigating crowded environments, balance exercises also cultivate mind-body awareness, which becomes increasingly important with age. Unlike walking, which can become almost automatic, these exercises require focused attention, deliberate movement, and controlled breathing. Paying attention to posture, weight distribution, and alignment trains the mind to detect subtle imbalances and engage corrective action before a misstep occurs. This mindful engagement reinforces the neurological pathways responsible for stability and enhances overall body awareness, allowing the individual to move with greater assurance and fluidity. The psychological and functional benefits of balance training are profound. Developing balance and stability increases confidence in mobility, reduces fear of falling, and encourages greater participation in daily activities and social engagement. As muscles, joints, and nerves adapt through consistent practice, the body becomes more resilient, capable of responding to unpredictable challenges, and less prone to injury. In this way, balance-focused exercises create a foundation for independence, vitality, and confidence, allowing individuals over 60 to move through life with both stability and freedom, reinforcing the connection between strength, awareness, and overall wellness. The fifth exercise emphasizes the integration of mind and body, a crucial aspect of movement that often diminishes as we age, but is essential for preserving strength, coordination, and functional independence after 60. While walking provides low-impact cardiovascular benefits, it rarely challenges the nervous system to coordinate multiple muscle groups with precision or to respond to subtle shifts in balance and posture. Mind-body exercises, on the other hand, require deliberate attention to alignment, controlled breathing, and coordinated activation of muscles throughout the body, creating a feedback loop that enhances neuromuscular efficiency. These exercises train the body to move with purpose, reinforcing the connections between brain, muscles, and joints, which is particularly important for combating the effects of sarcopenia and age-related decline in motor control. Movements that combine slow, controlled squats, deliberate lunges, or flow-based sequences emphasize engagement of the core glutes, stabilizing muscles while coordinating upper and lower body actions. Each repetition requires precise control, as the nervous system monitors joint angles, muscle tension, and weight distribution to maintain balance and alignment. This repeated engagement strengthens both the muscles themselves and the neural pathways that govern movement, allowing the body to respond more efficiently to everyday demands. Over time, these exercises improve coordination, reaction time, and the ability to maintain stability during unexpected shifts in posture or external perturbations, which are critical for preventing falls and maintaining independence. Beyond physical strength, mind-body exercises foster proprioception, the body's innate sense of its position in space. Each deliberate movement provides continuous sensory feedback, teaching the nervous system to anticipate changes and respond with appropriate muscle activation. For example, performing a slow, controlled lunge requires the core, hips, and legs to stabilize, while the upper body moves in a controlled plane, constantly adjusting to maintain balance. This coordination enhances the body's ability to navigate uneven surfaces, turn quickly, or bend and lift objects safely, translating directly into improved functional performance in daily life. The psychological benefits of these exercises are equally profound. Engaging the body with intention encourages awareness, presence, and confidence. Older adults often become hesitant in movement due to fear of falling or the perception of declining physical capability. Mind-body exercises cultivate a sense of mastery and control, reassuring the practitioner that their body is responsive, adaptable, and capable of regaining strength and stability. This confidence promotes greater participation in daily activities, social engagement, and overall well-being, reinforcing the interconnectedness of physical, cognitive, and emotional health. Finally, mind-body exercises support holistic vitality by combining strength, balance, coordination, and focus. They train the body to move efficiently and safely while engaging multiple systems simultaneously. The interplay of muscular activation, joint stability, and neural control enhances overall function, preserves independence, and counteracts the effects of aging. Over time, consistent practice fosters a body that is strong, balanced, and responsive, as well as a mind that is attentive, confident, and connected to its physical capabilities. Through this integrative approach, mind-body exercises provide not only a defense against sarcopenia, but also a pathway to sustained mobility, resilience, and empowerment beyond 60.